Good afternoon. Welcome to Deadly Days, Tales of Dark Fantasy. Today we're going to continue with my book, Anarchist Knight Apprentice, Chapter 14, The Vision. It's fairly long, so I'm just going to dive right into it. I remember how to do most of it, Tobal said to Rafe, the firelight flickering across the early September circle. But I'll need to go back to your base camp for my things, especially since snow travel will be tough without snowshoes. Now's the time to make them. Steaming green wood to bend into shape, lashing it together for drying and lacing it later. Rafe nodded, his journeyman chevron glinting. Take what you need. I'll be tied up with journeyman duties this winter, mostly around their area or gathering wood. It's a different world from being an apprentice. Around them, the circle buzzed with initiations and chatter. Elders moved among the crowd, assigning newbies. Tobal spotted Sarah, her eager eyes meeting his, alongside Lila, Fiona's newbie, and Jared, Becca's newbie, both fresh-faced and curious. Fiona and Becca flanked them, robes swaying. We've got a month to prep for winter, Tobal called, raising his voice. Let's head to my base camp and work on gear together. Snowshoes, clothing, whatever we can manage. Fiona grinned, adjusting her pack. Count me in, I've got knot-tying tricks to share. Becca nodded, her newbie Jared shifting nervously. Sounds good. Jared needs to practice. The group murmured agreement, the promise of teamwork sparking through the night. The next morning, the air was crisp as Tobal led Sarah, Lila, Jared, Fiona, and Becca to a quiet clearing, the first light filtering through the trees. Ellen stood at the center, her presence calm yet commanding. Today, she began, her voice weaving through the stillness, we'll attempt astral travel to hell, the realm of cycles and renewal. Close your eyes and seek its shadows. The group settled, breaths sinking as they drifted inward. Tobal's spirit lifted, the world fading into a dark, cavernous expanse. Suddenly a vision struck, powerful and disturbing. The Lord and Lady stood before him, their forms engulfed in roaring flames, chained to burning stone pillars. The air thickened with ash, their chains rattling as they cried out, their eyes locked on him in silent agony. A chill ran through him despite the heat, the image searing into his mind. He jolted back, gasping, as the group stirred. Sarah whispered, "What was that?" Fiona clutched her chest. "I felt the fire," Becca murmured. "It was awful." Ellen's eyes narrowed. "A strong vision, Tobal. Hell reveals what we must face. Let it guide us." Shaken but determined, Tobal nodded. "We head to my base camp today. That vision, it's a sign we need to prepare." The group agreed, the unsettling pull of the vision binding them as they packed to leave. By mid-September, the group set out for Tobal's base camp, the morning's hell vision still echoing in their minds. The trek was lively, Sarah tripping over a root with a laugh. "Guess I'm better with a cash register than a trail," she quipped, earning a grin from Lila. Fiona led with a sturdy gait, calling back, "Stick with me, I'll teach you knots to tie your boots together." Jared, Becca's newbie, lagged, muttering, "I'd rather be napping," but Becca nudged him with a smile. "You'll thank me when we're warm this winter." At the camp, nestled among pines, the vacation vibe took hold. Tobal guided them in steaming the green wood for snowshoes, the air thick with cedar scent. Bend it slow, he instructed, demonstrating as Lila mimicked, her hands steady. Like this, she asked, and Tobal nodded. Perfect. Now lash it tight. Fiona chimed in. I've got a trick. Double knots hold better, and showed Jared, who fumbled but laughed. I'm a disaster, he groaned. But Becca helped, their fingers brushing as they worked. Sarah suggested a race with finished snowshoes, and soon they were stumbling through the camp, cheers erupting as Fiona won. One rainy afternoon, a sudden downpour soaked their gear. Great, a mud bath, Nick joked, grabbing a tarp. They scrambled to rig a shelter, Sarah slipping and pulling Jared down, both laughing as Tobal joined in, mud-streaked. Teamwork saves the day, he said, and they huddled under the tarp, sharing stories. Nick recalled a warm hearth from his past, while Sarah hinted, my mom told tales of a lake, haunted maybe. The fire that night crackled with laughter, the group trading skills. Sarah's city stew recipe, Nick's whittled spoons, turning work into play. By late September, their gear neared completion, snowshoes lashed and cloaks stitched. The bond grew, the hell vision a quiet undercurrent as Tobal pondered its meaning, especially with Sarah's lake hint. Early October brought a chill to the air as Tobal and the group returned to the gathering spot for the circle, the fire casting long shadows. The 2 months of training at base camp had forged a tight bond, and now the elders gathered to assess their work. Tobal stood with Sarah, Lila, and Jared, their snowshoes and cloaks proudly displayed, while Fiona and Becca flanked them, ready to vouch. The elders moved through the crowd, questioning each trainee. Sarah stepped forward, her voice steady. I've learned hunting and gear making, ready to solo. Lila nodded. Fiona's knots saved me. I'm set. Jared, bolstered by Becca's nod, added, I've got the hang of it now. Fiona chimed in. She's been a quick study, proud of her. Becca smiled. Jared's come far, even with his naps. The elders conferred, then announced, Sarah, Lila, and Jared, your 2 months training is complete. You may begin your solos. Applause rippled, Tobal's chest swelling with pride, though a pull toward the lake tugged at him. Fiona turned to Becca, grinning. Tomorrow, we hit sanctuary for newbies. Keep the cycle alive. Becca nodded. Yeah, let's grab some eager ones at dawn. No sleeping in. Tobal caught their excitement, but the lake's call grew stronger as he watched Sarah beam. The next morning, a soft mist hung over the clearing as Tobal led Sarah, Lila, and Jared to the meditation group, Fiona and Becca absent, already preparing for their sanctuary trip. Ellen stood ready, her voice low. Today we reflect on hell, the realm of cycles. Close your eyes and seek its depths. The trio settled, breath steadying as they drifted inward. Tobal's spirit plunged into darkness, the air growing heavy. A nightmare vision seized him, his parents chained to a cave wall, their eyes pleading through the gloom. The damp stone smelled faintly of the lake, and a distant echo of burning pillars from the first vision haunted the edges. He jolted awake, heart pounding. Sarah whispered, I saw shadows. Did you? Lila shivered. Something cold gripped me. Jared muttered, felt like a trap. Ellen's gaze softened. Hell shows us our chains, Tobal. That vision calls you to act. Tobal nodded. The lake's pull now a command. I'm going back there before winter. The group sat in silence, the vision's weight settling as they processed the path ahead. That's the end for this chapter for this week. Till next week, thank you.